Are we keeping it casual or you want it like...
No, we want it casual.
Okay.
Hey friends, it's Stephanie.
And Ashley.
Welcome to our closet. We will get into that more later, explain that a little bit more in detail. But for now, thank you for tuning in to our very first podcast.
It's going to be messy.
It's going to be good. It's going to be good too. But we are here to bring you basically just like, we want you to feel like you're sitting in the car or the coffee shop or whatever, wherever you sit, like on your couch.
Or you're hiding in the closet.
Or you're hiding in the closet like we do.
With
or
us.
I don't know. Like I drive around a lot when I'm alone. And,
so do I.
Just like listen to music or other podcasts or books just so I don't have to like go home and do anything.
Same. I hit the Starbucks drive-thru and just drive sometime.
We just want you to feel like you're there in that good spot and you're just chatting with us and like no real agenda, but we just want you to sort of be our friend via the phone or the
radio.
Podcast, radio, iTunes, whatever you are listening to this on.
We need friends. We have no friends.
Yeah. So we hope you enjoy it, but because this is our first episode, it might be a little bit chaotic because we just don't exactly know what we're doing, but that's kind of the fun about it. Hopefully you will enjoy it, and if there's anything you want to hear about or talk about, just like comment on our Instagrams or Facebooks or email, whatever. If you see us, let us know. So we are always giving you content that you want to hear. Okay, enough about that.
Should we get into the Q&A that people have given us so far? Should we get into that first?
Ready for the first one?
Yeah. To like kick it off, like answering questions, like get to know us.
Okay, so normally we would do a Q&A at the end of our show, but because it's our first one and we want you guys to get to know us a little bit, we'll just do it at the beginning of the show.
I say we go with the top question first, which is, where did the podcast name come from? Closet Moms.
Yeah. Take it away, Ashley.
All right, so we're not like...
We're not lesbians.
Seriously.
She couldn't say it. I said it.
Seriously. No, but we're literally hiding in the closet to record this podcast. That's where the name came from. We came up with this idea. We started planning, recording here and there, and we literally found ourselves in Stephanie's closet because our kids are crazy.
Yeah.
And we can't get any quiet time anywhere else. So we hid in the closet. We started recording. And that's where Closet Moms came from.
Yeah.
And don't lie, you know you've hid in your closet before.
Yeah, I mean, I would hope that you have, because it's...
If you haven't, you need to try it.
But we do this a lot. I mean, I can speak for you, because I know you do, but...
It's either, like, there's two options.
I know.
Either you go to the closet and give yourself a timeout, or you, like, let your kid out the front door and hope that they find a friend to play with for an hour.
Yeah, it's just probably the safer option for you to go sit in your closet and breathe and pray and whatever. Maybe nap. I'm not sure. If you have a pillow in there, it might work.
Pound a bottle of wine.
Yeah.
Like,
it's really just like the place you go to get away. So that's kind of like what our whole premise is. We are sitting in the closet talking to you because this is the only place we get peace and quiet, and this is what makes sense for us. So that's where the name came from.
Yeah, it's not a secret. We're not revealing anything.
Yeah.
Don't get excited.
Let's see, the next question I get. Something that gives us the most mom guilt. Well, here, I will say this. I am really working on the mom guilt thing in terms of not having mom guilt because I don't think that we should. But I know it's natural. So if I have to pick something, I would say... Honestly, like, just, like, getting angry quickly. Like, I hate that. Like, when I get angry and I lash out, I'm, like, sick to my stomach about it. I don't care. Like, if I go out for mom's night or if I go on, a weekend away, like, that stuff does not bother me. I do not feel guilty. Daddy's got it. I'm totally fine with that.
Preach.
But when I yell at my kids, I'm like, oh, my God, I'm the worst mom. I cry, and then I have to apologize, and then it makes my kids cry because my daughter's so emotional, and it's just, like, a cry fest. That's probably the worst. So I really want to work on my anger.
Same. I am 100% with you. I don't feel guilty about a lot of things, but like I don't struggle with mom guilt except when I like completely lose my shiz.
Yeah.
then I literally think about it for 2 days over and over. Like, oh my gosh, I yelled over nothing. It wasn't even a big deal. But in the moment, it was a huge deal because she was probably being a jerk for 2 days before that. And then I lost my mind. But I had one of those moments like a week ago where I was like, for 2 days, felt so bad. Even after I apologized. I still felt like a psycho. But I guess I can blame it on pregnancy hormones right now, too.
Yeah, that's right. Guys, Ashley is pregnant. We forgot to mention that little detail.
Yeah.
She is pregnant. And a next question would be, what has been the best age so far and why? So I'm not sure if that question was in regards to the kids' ages or my best life. I'm just going to answer both. I would say the best age, honestly, like, if I could mix a few, like, I think if I could mix Kira and Dash right now, it would be the best because Kira is super independent and she can, like, go get stuff for herself, which I love. And Dash cannot, but Dash is so freaking cute right now. He's talking so much and he can do no wrong in my eyes. Where in, Kira, everything she does kind of irks me. So if I could just combine the two. So I would say Dash is 2, Kira's 5. So I love the independence of 5, but I love like the innocence and adorableness of 2. If I'm talking about myself, I would say my best life was probably like 22, 23. I was skinny.
Those were the
Didn't
days.
have real bills. No kids. Although I love my kids, don't get me wrong. But no responsibilities. I loved it.
And you met me back then,
and
too.
I did meet Ashley back then. Actually, we'll have to get into that.
Yep. That's a story for another day.
It's a long story. Well, it's not. Well,
yeah.
We'll talk about it another time.
I would say my favorite age as far as for kids with Olivia, one of my all-time favorites was when she was like between, I would say like 6 months to a year. That was my favorite. I remember like her developing a personality. She wasn't too out of hand yet. Everything was new, like new foods, new words, like everything was cute and funny, and she like couldn't get in trouble yet.
That is actually very nice. I just don't think I can even remember. Like,
yeah, that's always like stuck out in my mind as one of my favorite ages. And then like fast forward to now, like you said, her being so independent, like there's things now where I feel so spoiled, like I'm about to have a newborn again, and I'm like, oh my gosh. Ugh. Yeah.
Can't even imagine.
But she's totally down to help me, so.
Yeah, that is nice when, like, now I can say, Kira, get me a diaper.
Yeah.
Kira, go get his binky. Kira, he needs this.
Yeah.
Like, it's
they're
so
gonna
nice.
be like 4.5 years apart, and I'm not mad at the age gap at all because of that.
Oh, yeah. She's gonna love it.
And she likes to, like, she's a helper anyway, so hopefully we don't wear her out on being helpful, and she enjoys it.
Just give her, like, rewards and money or something. Just entice her.
Can you babysit?
Yeah, I do that for Kira, but then she takes it too far, and she's like, I hear her talking to Dash, like, Dash, I'm your new mommy. You have to listen to me. And then she doesn't ever, like, drop it. So then it's, like, 6 p.m., later in the day, and she's like, Dash, don't you forget, I'm the boss. I'm like, no, that was for 5 minutes, not for the full day.
That's while I use the bathroom.
Your age, what was your favorite?
I would say the same, like 22, 23.
Yeah.
That's when I first moved to Florida. Everything was like a new adventure, a new experience.
Yeah.
I had a job that just like, I was just there to like
breathe,
pay for drinks downtown after. That was like the most fun, but also I would say like obviously right now too, because having kids is a completely different life and completely different type of fun.
Everything like that we describe, I feel like, is either after kids or before kids. There's like 2 different lives. I get it. I totally get that.
AK and BK.
Yeah. I wish we'll have to talk about it on another podcast, but I really want to hear your story of moving to Orlando because it's really cool.
Yeah.
And then let me see. Let's go quickly. Favorite drink and why? What's your favorite drink? Oh, I feel bad.
Well, not alcoholic. We'll go with coffee.
Oh,
I love iced coffee, like flavored iced coffee, cappuccino. Those are my favorites. Like, even if I don't need it for caffeine, I just love to have a coffee to sip on.
I don't even know if coffee really wakes me up, to be honest, because I can have coffee at night and go right to bed.
I cannot have a coffee late in the day, or else I'll be like in bed like a crackhead.
That's so interesting. I wish I just drink it now for like mentally, like just the sip of it. Then it like mentally tells me like a dog getting a treat. You know, it's like, okay, I got a coffee. Now I'm awake. I have to do this.
Yeah, it's the act.
Yeah. What about when you can drink? What is your favorite?
I am gonna have to go with. I do love a good margarita and a good sweet red wine. And
her lips are like watering and
seriously, I'm
I love it all. I love it all. Rum, whiskey, I'll take that. I'll take a Bud Light.
Seriously, this is not even a fair question right now because I would literally drool over a Coors Light right now.
I remember that. Like, I don't really like margaritas, but when I was pregnant, I was like, I just want a margarita right now.
Last time I don't even drink like that. Like, sometimes I'll have a glass of wine at home, or like if we go out to dinner or something. But being pregnant, because you can't have it, I literally every day I'm like, oh, I wish I could have a drink. Like, it would solve every issue in my life.
I was the same way. I don't know what that is. It's just when somebody says you can't, then you want it more.
Yes.
I would have to agree with you on the drinks. Like, I love coffee. Like I said, it's like a treat. And my favorite alcoholic drink it's just a vodka and soda. Like, I drink Tito's and bubbly with nothing else in it. And I think it's like the only thing I can drink now. I think it's because I never feel like strange the next day when I drink that.
Yeah.
I don't like get dehydrated. I don't know if it's because I'm drinking so much soda water.
It's half water. It keeps you hydrated.
Yeah, so I'm like, I don't know. I never feel sick or weird, and like I drink anything else. Like, even if I have like one glass of wine, it's like having the equivalent of like 4 Tito's and soda. It's really weird.
I know, it's killer.
I cannot do it. So, and I get a migraine. So yeah, Tito's and soda.
I was on that kick before I got pregnant. Actually, maybe like even while I got pregnant.
Yeah, there you go.
I was drinking Tito's, soda, and I would mix a little bit of the Publix lemonade in it, and it's delicious.
That sounds good.
It's so good. Next
question would be the most embarrassing thing that has happened now that I'm a mom. I feel like I could have like 50 of these stories.
I feel like I could too, but like there's not. The only one that's like really popping in my head is one time when Olivia was potty training. Actually, 2 times, I'm lying. When Olivia
I feel like every embarrassing story has to do with potty training.
Yes. When Olivia was first potty training, shout out to Target. Both happened at Target. One time, I had a huge bag of dog food on the bottom of my cart and then some groceries in my cart, and she was sitting in like the big part of the cart. And all of a sudden, I'm like stepping in something as I'm walking. And I look at her and we make eye contact, and she was just like so scared. And I was like, what happened? What happened? And she's like, I accidentally peed, and there was like a trail of pee. It was all over the bag of dog food.
Oh my gosh. Did you still buy that dog food?
No, I abandoned ship.
Oh my
I parked the car and ran out the store. And then,
gosh. You know they rewatched that footage and
absolutely.
was like, look at this crazy lady.
Absolutely. I felt so bad, but I didn't it was like a dumb mom moment too, because I didn't even bring like my bag in with me, and she's potty training. It was like one of those trips to Target, like, okay, I literally need to go in here and grab 2 things and we're out.
That's when it happens.
An hour later, she peed in the cart. And the next time was in the Target dressing room, same week. I was trying stuff on, and all of a sudden there's just like pee dripping off the bench in the dressing room.
Oh my god.
That one I cleaned up. I asked the lady for cleaning supplies and paper towels, and she was super nice. But yeah, that was like, but man. I wasn't even really like embarrassed.
It's just super inconvenient.
Yeah, I was just like, damn, I need this stuff. I have to leave now.
Oh my god.
Because what do? Find a manager and be like, my kid just peed on this bag of dog food. Can I get a new one?
Oh my gosh. Well, I'm sure I have a story similar, but I can't. Well, I gotta tell you one. Oh my god. We were doing like a family staycation at the
I've heard this one. This is really bad.
The Omni, whatever, Champions Gate. And they have, like, the biggest, coolest, like, water park, slide, pool, wave pool, everything. It's amazing. It's great. We love going there. We love staying there. But Kira was having a difficult time learning how to be, like, poop trained. She was potty trained, like pee trained since she was 2. But we were going on almost 4, and she still could not freaking poop in the toilet. That's obviously another post I can talk about, because if you are having poop training issues, I can tell you how to fix it. It only took me 2 years. But she was in the little kiddie pool area. It's a massive pool area with slides and everything, and she had her little diaper on, and we kept saying, if you have to go potty, let us know if you have to go potty. We took her to the potty, everything, we're watching, everything's fine. And then I think she was with her cousins or something, and they were like, Kira says she has to go potty, and you could see it in Kira's face, like something probably has already happened, and she looked deathly afraid of me. And they start walking to the stairs, and I look over, and there's like poop juice floating around right around her. And I was like, oh my god, and like grab her and like real quick and run to the bathroom. But by then, I mean, she's covered in poop. She's got poop everywhere.
No.
And then I left, and I was like, I don't want to leave this restroom right now, because everybody knows that my child just pooped in this pool, and I know they're gonna have to shut it down.
They shut the pools down when that happens.
And I was like, I cannot. And I was massively embarrassed inside the bathroom because it smelled so bad everywhere. And I had poop all over me. It was so bad. And I was like, I can't leave this restroom. I can't leave. And then I finally like peek out, and Jared is outside of the bathroom, and he was like, how's it going? And I'm like, we have to leave now, right now. And he's like, yeah, they shut the pool down. And I'm like, what? He goes, yeah, everybody started walking over and looking at us, like, and looking at the water, and they knew something had happened, and we had to tell them, there was a little poop floating around, and they had to shut it down. I was so freaking embarrassed, because it wasn't the end of the day. So that was done. Everyone who was there, like, vacationing, they were done with that. So
they shut the pool down for like 2 hours when that happened.
Oh, I think it was probably longer. It was mortifying. And the thing is that made it worse was the day before they had the pool shut down too. Thank God it wasn't my kid, but I'm like, gosh, whoever's vacationing here has 2 days of shut down pool. Yeah. And we I mean, I've never exited anywhere faster. We left. We were like, bye. And we grabbed our bag and left. Thank God we were already packed up too, because we were staying there.
That one's embarrassing.
That was so bad. And then you can't you can be mad at your kid, but it's like, you have to do it in like a positive reinforcement way. It was very hard.
Yeah,
for
like
us.
you can't be like, it's not your husband. You can't be like, why did you poop in the pool?
I know. Oh, and the best part about it is like, we had talked to her prior, because we knew this was an issue, and we said, if you poop in the pool or whatever it was, you do any kind of bad pottying, we're going to take you to Trunchbull school, like the Trunchbull from the Matilda.
I remember you telling me that.
And she'd seen Matilda. No, she hadn't seen it, but I showed her the video of the part where the Trunchbull was swinging the girl by her pigtails.
Oh my gosh.
And she flipped out. She was crying. I'm like, I'm serious. This is the worst mom moment ever. But I was like, yeah, that's good. That's where we're going to take you. You have to live there, and you sleep on a hard bed, and you eat broccoli every day, and she's your teacher, and that's what happens if you poop in your pants. And I was like, we were like really bad parents that weekend.
That's hilarious.
And so she was deathly afraid that we were taking her to Trunchbull. And then, I mean, it got to a point where it was like, we could see the fear, and she was crying, and it was like really bad. We had to explain, like, okay, you don't have to go to Trunchbull this time, but
I lied.
But she's still like, I mean, she'll probably tell you to this day, like, she's so freaking scared of the Trunchbull, and she'll say sometimes like, you're not going to send me to Trunchbull, are you? It's bad. Anyway, that was my embarrassing moment.
That's a good one, 100%. And you guys, if you have like stories that top that, or
yes, I hope you do.
Or they don't even have to top it, just like share your moments with us.
I love to hear embarrassing stories.
Seriously.
Please.
Sometimes as moms, like, that's what we need. Like, we just need to know that someone else went through the same trauma.
I'm definitely like one of those moms when I see kids being crazy in Target or wherever. I'm like, I just want to like give her like the universal sign for like, I got you. Do you need any help?
Yes.
Or it's okay. Like, I'm not judging you. I'm actually like, I know it sounds bad, but I'm like kind of happy because
I always like
me.
Instantly get a smile, and I want to be like, I'm not laughing at you. I'm not judging you. I'm so happy that it's not my kid right now.
Yeah.
And that someone else is doing the same thing, because it makes me not feel crazy.
You're not alone.
yet.
Well, okay, so somebody asked if we would share our birth stories. I think we should just do like a quick footnotes version, or what do you call that? Like a cliff notes, sorry.
Yeah, because that can, like, birth stories are, like, a huge deal, and that's, like, a whole...
Yeah, that could be a whole
episode.
episode.
And yours is super traumatic, so that's...
Yeah, and maybe we shouldn't talk about it while you're pregnant. I had a marvelous pregnancy. It was the delivery. So, we'll just do like a quick clip notes version. And if for some reason you want to hear more about either of our stories, just let us know and I'll do like a separate little post on Instagram or something. But Kira was born at 37 weeks because I came down with preeclampsia, and they had to induce me. Which was like the first of many wrong things that it probably should have not happened. But so I was induced at 37 weeks, and then that was on December 4th, and I didn't have her till the 6th. And then shortly after delivery, there was some, well, I guess maybe it happened during delivery. I feel like it's kind of foggy still. I'm not 100% sure. I could go through my medical records and figure it out, but I don't know that I want to trudge that back up. Somewhere in like the recovery, maybe, I don't know, something went wrong.
I would say some things went wrong in delivery too.
Something went wrong during we had emergency C-section, obviously, because I'd been in labor for way too long. And some other stuff happened, which I'll talk about that later if you guys want to hear it. Anyway, long story short, in the recovery, something happened. I ended up losing, I lost all of the blood out of my body, like bled out completely, and almost died. And thankfully, the hospital and the staff were amazing and were able to get me some blood transfusions and fixed me up and whatever, and it was whatever. So they fixed it. I was in ICU for a little while, and then I think it was like about a month of a hospital stay. Like, so that was kind of sucky because Kira got to go home and I didn't get to go with her. And yeah, there's more to it, but so I wouldn't say mine was like a very great, like not a happy story, but it's
so traumatic.
But it is like interesting to like talk about and then hear other people who've had similar stories, because then you're like, wow, this really happens.
Yeah.
And like, it's definitely not what you
and a
plan.
lot of people don't really like talk about it because it seriously is. I can imagine that being like really traumatic. Like you have to recover from that.
It took a while.
Mentally,
I think it's
physically.
I think it's still like a work in progress.
And props to you for doing it again, because...
Well, yeah, I must have been freaking crazy. No, I actually had an amazing doctor the second time who never once did I leave her office not feeling like reassured. So she knew my fears. She knew me before I even thought I was going to get pregnant again, and she was awesome. And she basically convinced me, like, if you choose to have another baby, I promise you're going to be okay. So... Yeah. She was great. And the second birth was like, whew, easy peasy, like nothing.
Yeah. You did it. You had a C-section the second time, right?
Yep, we had a planned C-section with Dash. I walked myself in, laid on that little surgery bed. They whipped him out. The only thing I will say about Dash is that it was like right around the time where everyone was worried about Zika. And we had gone on like a few trips prior to, like, right before I got pregnant, right when I got pregnant and during the pregnancy. And they had like this big conversation with me prior to going back into the surgery room. So then it was like fresh in my mind, like, oh, Zika. They're going to test my placenta, blah, blah, blah. So when he came out, his head was so freaking tiny. No, I don't know if anybody else will agree. Jared, and he's like, about it. But his head was so tiny and his shoulders were so big and broad. He was like almost 10 pounds. And this was a week early, mind you. And they pulled him out and I was like, let me see. And they showed him to me, and the first thing I said was, he has Zika! Oh my God. I was like freaking out, and Jared's like, can you just enjoy the birth of your child? And I was like, I have Zika, his head's so small. And I like freaked out about that for a little bit, but they assured me he was fine. And
yeah, but that's like a legit fear, especially in Florida. It's a big deal with like traveling, the people here that travel from other countries.
I know, and just so people know, I know it's not called Zika, like the syndrome or whatever. It's like microcephaly or whatever. Yeah. I know it's not called Zika, but I was just like, paranoid mom. But other than that, everything was super, super easy for him. So, like I said, if you want to hear the birth story of Kira, I'm happy to talk about it. I'll just do it in a separate post. And how was Olivia's birth?
it was like, it wasn't horrible. I mean, it wasn't fun.
Right.
But it was just really, really long. Like, it was like almost 40 hours.
Oh.
And it was 3.5 hours of pushing.
Holy.
To the point where I was on oxygen and, like, could barely even, like, lift my head because I had zero energy left. And then finally the doctor came in and was like, I'll give you a couple more tries, and if she doesn't come out, you have to go have a C-section. And I was like, no way. I've already been pushing for 3.5 hours.
I know.
I'm not recovering from this and a C-section, so we're doing this. And then, so, like, he gave me one more try, and then while I was pushing, he reached in his pocket and pulled out, like, this thing that looks like a dent puller on a vehicle and, like, suctioned it to her head and pulled her out.
Oh my God. What is the name of that? I think I know what you're talking about.
I don't know. I forgot what it's called, but it literally looks like a little, like a suction cup that you put on glass.
Oh my God. Did it suck them out?
It just, like, attaches to their head and, like, it helps them come out. Yeah.
Oh my God. It sounds terrible, but I have heard about that so many times. I guess it's okay.
It's not like air suction. It's literally like
just holding on to them.
Yeah, it just like it's literally like those like a tree frog's foot, like sticky. Yeah, and and he helped her out, but she was huge too. She was 9 pounds, so like she wasn't coming out.
Yeah,
and so it was just really long and like strenuous, but like my recovery was fine.
Yeah,
I was okay like within a few days, and
that's nice.
I went home normal time and everything. For me, it's my pregnancies that are rough.
Oh yeah, that's
like I'm sick the whole time, so
that sucks.
Yeah.
See, mine was like with Kira. I didn't even know I was pregnant, obviously, until
yeah
I was 12 weeks pregnant.
I love that story.
That's a funny story too. I'll have to tell you guys about that one. I feel like she started from the beginning, like with her own story. Like she came out wanting to make a name for herself. She's never left me without a story. She's definitely been I'm not gonna say she's my problem child because she's not a problem, but she's definitely given me the most stories.
She's your drama queen.
She's drama from the beginning, from conception.
Yes.
She is crazy. But, all right. Well, then I think...
Is that it for questions?
Yeah, I think so.
If you guys have more questions or questions about any of the answers we've given you, just send them to us, text us, call us, social media, whatever.
Yeah.
And we'll answer more.
Yeah, I feel like that was kind of a lot, but I don't know how long these podcasts are supposed to be. So
yeah. I mean, whatever. We're just chilling.
Yeah. All right. Okay. Well, let's keep going. We're going to talk about mommy groups. And that can be like the Facebook mommy groups, like your church friend groups, your neighborhood mom groups, like wherever you meet friends. There's homeschool mom groups,
social media mom groups, and like real life mom groups.
I think they're for sure necessary.
Absolutely.
And there's like a fine line of a healthy balance to an unhealthy balance. Like, particularly with the social media mommy groups, like, I'm going to be straight up honest. I only am in some of these just to, like, read the comments and, like, screenshot and send them to you because they're just, like, absurd sometimes.
When I was pregnant the last time, I think you're the one that added me to one of the main mom groups on Facebook, and I ended up, like, deleting myself from it at a certain point because I was like freaked out. Like I didn't have a kid yet, and some of the stuff these people post or like panic about, I was like, what am I getting myself into? Like it scared me. Then after I had her, I'm like, okay, this is just, it's not that serious.
Right.
So I added myself back into it. But like to dive right in, one of the cons is like judgment.
Mm-hmm.
Like the judgment is unreal. I've literally seen posts where moms have posted something asking like sincere questions and help, and someone will go to their Facebook page, find out where they live, and like call the cops on them.
I know.
Have you seen those?
Yes, I have seen those where they
That's
literally
insane.
called like family and child services or whatever.
Or like someone posts something and these women will go like message that woman's husband.
I know, I've seen that too. Like, oh, and then you feel like you're not in a safe spot. So I have learned now, like, for sure, none of those online things are safe. Like, let's just be real.
Absolutely not. That's not a secret.
Like not that particular type. Like, it's just not like. So I don't remember the last time I actually posted or commented. I just read it now. 'Cause
Same.
It's so insane.
Because like some things are actually educational. Like
Yes.
I've learned a lot from them, like from other people's experiences. So I do stay a part of it just to like, like.
I agree with that.
Like you said, entertainment, not gonna lie, guilty pleasure.
Right.
But
there are times when people like post a picture and they're like, what is this? Yeah. And it's like, it's something kind of strange and maybe rare, but thankfully the group is so huge that somebody actually has experienced that, and they can say, hey, I don't know, this might not be the same thing, but this happened to my kid, and then you have an answer like pretty quickly.
And it comes down to that whole back to like sometimes it just makes you feel better to know you're not alone.
Yep.
Like, okay, my kid is not gonna like die from this rash.
Somebody is bound to relate to you, so that is nice. But I would say like the judgment is not good, and there's too many people, and then if you don't agree with their opinion on vaccinations, and you're a horrible mom, or if you don't agree, then you're it's just too much.
Yeah,
sometimes.
it is a lot, and like sometimes I think it's like we literally drive ourselves crazy in this new age of social media parenting.
Yeah.
Because of like the mom groups and like the judgment you get if you post a picture. Like I had posted a picture when Olivia was like 1 of, actually Patrick posted the picture of her sitting in her car seat, but she was like turned around forward facing because they were waiting for me to come pick her up, and it was raining. Like the car seat wasn't even attached.
Yeah.
Patrick just set it in his car waiting for me to pick her up from the shop, and he was going to move it and buckle it into my car rear facing. But he posted a picture of her like, hey, we're waiting for mommy.
Yeah.
And someone like completely jumped down his throat. Like, I'm so sick of seeing babies forward facing, blah, blah, blah. Like, calm down.
Yeah.
Like, you're literally seeing a snapshot of someone's life, and people instantly like judge you as a parent immediately.
I agree with that.
That comes with social media, and it's insane.
Yeah, I got a lot of that when Kira was a baby too. Might be things that I did wrong. I don't know, but I'm sure there are.
There's
yes,
things
I know
we've
there are.
all done wrong. Yeah,
but there's
even
ways to
the
like
moms
go about
that
it.
swear they're professional and have never done anything wrong. Like,
yeah,
you have, girl. Stop lying.
Listen, my kids are like healthy and happy, so
exactly.
I'm not like terrible, right?
Yeah.
But yeah, those groups can make you feel really down on yourself in a time when you are easily swayed that way. So I would say that's probably the con of that.
Yeah.
But I think that like in-person mom groups are pretty vital to our life. Like we need people. Like I know we made our own little mom group basically, like you and I, because we would, at least once a week, we would like go to Grammys, or am I allowed to say business name on here? Well, they don't exist anymore.
It doesn't even exist anymore.
We would go to Grammys, bring our snacks, bring a little K-cup, whatever, and the kids would just play. Like they would play for like 3-4 hours. I would be so tired when we left. Like, I'm exhausted, and we just sit and chat and talk about all the ideas we wanted to do.
But it was the best because like in that time period as a stay-at-home mom, like I loved the opportunity to be a stay-at-home mom, but I was also like going crazy, just like sitting home.
Yeah, same.
And I didn't have a lot of friends with kids yet, so it was like that was literally a lifesaver. Like there was a few months where we were going every Tuesday and Thursday.
Yeah, I know, that was so nice.
And we would like get Chick-fil-A for lunch and bring it there, and we would just play for hours. Like well, they would play for hours. And it was
was like our social interaction. Like that was nice.
Yeah,
for us.
like it's nice to like talk to an adult and an adult that's going through the same things you are, kid of the same age, like married, whatever. It's you just get to like talk, vent, or even just like not talk.
In our case, our kids are still there, so we're still getting to like watch them have fun, but we also get our own time. So that was always really nice. So I definitely think like building some kind of relationship with other moms like that is pretty vital to our well-being. And then like you have your church moms group,
the Moms for Moms group. That group is like amazing. I don't have like one bad thing to say about it.
Yeah,
I love that group. It's like, it's just once a month for a couple hours.
Right.
Like you get together, you eat good food, and you have good conversation. Sometimes there's like a speaker. It's usually somebody that like lets you know like we're all going through this together.
Yeah,
We're not
I love
crazy.
that.
And then you also need the mom friends that you can like go to like the Cat and Nat show together and get drunk.
Yeah, I know, which we did that together.
We did that too, yes.
We, so we, Ashley and I don't live that close to each other, so it's hard to like just, call up and show up at her doorstep, but I do have some friends like in my neighborhood that I've grown close with, and we have our own little mom groups, and that's very helpful because the kids can get together and the mommies can get together, and we don't even have to really drive anywhere. I mean, I'm pretty lazy, so I do drive to their house, but if I wanted to walk, I could walk. So it's pretty nice. Like, we just get the kids together, order pizza, hang out until it's bedtime, and then take them to bed. And so that's been freaking a lifesaver for me. Friends, I feel like you pick your kids' friends based on like whose mommy you want to hang out with.
Absolutely.
And like we've totally done that, and thankfully all of our kids like each other, so it works out.
Even if they don't have a choice.
Yeah,
like
it really does work out.
You're gonna have to deal. I spend most of my time with people that I know that I can just like be me. Like
right.
Olivia can be herself. I don't have to worry about like my child impressing somebody or like
right.
When I come to your house, Olivia could have her worst day ever, and I'm not going to leave here feeling like
right.
You're like, dude, don't bring that kid back here. Like, I don't care.
Yeah, I'm the same way, and I'm like, I just hope others feel the same way too. Like, if your child is doing that, like...
Yeah, like, you could bring
I'm going to tell you, well, if you
and...
weren't pregnant, I'm going to be like, go get some wine, girl. You need it. Like, who cares? Like, or mine will be doing that in 5 minutes. Don't worry.
Yeah. Those are the people I keep, like, closest, where it just clicks and you don't have to, like... You don't have to try, like, I could roll out of bed and come here, and you're not going to be like, damn, what happened to you?
Yeah, I'm glad that you're saying that, because I literally did that today. Like, there's no makeup on my face. I put, like, a little kid's hairband in my head.
I mean, I put makeup on my face, but that's only because I'm wearing the same clothes I wore yesterday, so it made me feel better.
I'm glad that, Yeah, there are, like, okay, you totally have those mom groups where you, like, show up to super dressed up, and then you have the other mom groups where you show up in, like, workout pants that may or may not fit you with, like, a baggy shirt. The mom friends that you, like, eat salads with, and then the mom friends you eat pizza with, and the mom friends you drink wine with, and the mom friends you drink Tito's with. Like, I mean, there's, like, totally, it's a thing, and I think it's healthy to have both, because...
It is, because sometimes it is nice to, like, get dressed and, like...
Be an adult
and, like, that's nice, too, but... Some of those people that are parts of those groups, I don't want in my day-to-day house or life, because they would totally judge me and probably never want to talk to me again because of the straight chaos.
When you can find a good mix of both, that's when you've hit, like, friendship golden, because, like, you and I can go out and dress up and be, like, fancy. We can go to a freaking Demi Lovato concert and sing our butts off. Like, we can show up in no makeup and do a podcast together and, like... Yeah, I don't know. I feel like we could do whatever, and I'm not
threaten our kids to if they.
I literally can threaten to break Kira's arm in front of you, and I don't think you're gonna call CPS on me. Like, it's fine. It's totally fine.
Yep. I'm too tired to call anybody. Sorry, Kira.
I know. And then, like, the mom friends where you can, like, vent about your husbands, and you don't think they're not gonna be like, you need a divorce.
Yeah. That's my thing too. I'm very, like, cautious of who I talk to. Like, I literally have, like, 2 people that I tell anything about, like, my marriage or relationship.
Yeah. I think we're lucky because we have all of that.
I agree.
We're good to go in that area.
And if you guys haven't found your people, we're your people.
Yeah, I want to be your people.
Yeah, let us be your people.
I feel like I am, like, the easiest friend to have. Like, I'm a little needy sometimes. Like, I'll text you a lot, but... Well, on certain weeks, there's certain weeks I might not, but, like, I feel like it's just because I genuinely care about you, but also, like, I'm never going to expect much from you. Like, just show up.
Same.
Like, show up and be my friend, and, like, that's all. I also think you learn this lesson as a freaking toddler. Like, you need to treat others the way you want to be treated. The same old tale. Like,
Yep.
If you're one of those good, genuine people, genuine friends, like that's who you attract. And then that's who becomes your tribe. And that's what you... I also think like a lot of moms probably don't get to that level because they're afraid of judgment that they probably would not even receive, but they don't know. So they just, they put a wall up, and you probably would be surprised to see how many women would just have your back.
Yeah.
And just be like, I get it. I relate. I'm there. And that's kind of like what we want to create with our podcast. We want to create like a group of friends, like with this podcast. This is like our platform is to create like fun topics. Like if nothing else, Ashley and I will just have a freaking ball doing this, but we want to create like a group of friends with everyone who listens.
We're literally just like hanging out and talk. This is what we do anyway. Yeah. So that's where the idea came from. Like, why don't we do a podcast? Because when I was a new mom, I needed like that's what I wanted. That's what I needed. Like, let me hear people that are they don't have a wall up. They're not looking at me like, why is your car a mess? Why is your diaper bag so unorganized? Like, what?
Oh my God, I'm going to totally throw one of my friends under the bus. I'm not going to say their name, but they're going to know who I'm talking about. And they know I love them, and it's so hilarious. But one time, to go to get in her car, and I'm like, she's like, don't mind the mess, whatever. And then I go to like get, move some stuff. And we literally, like, I grab something and I go to throw it out, and it was a freaking chicken wing. There's a chicken wing in the car. And I was like, who? And like, there were car seats back there. I'm like, your children were eating chicken wings in their car seats. Yes. It was so funny. Like, I would never judge that. I think, like, I almost wish that was my story because that was so freaking funny. And like, but I feel like there would be women out there that would be like, oh, that's so
disgusting.
Like, I think it's freaking hilarious. It is. I love women like that. And that's why she is my people for sure.
Yes.
Like,
I have a friend, you know who I'm talking about. She's going to know who I'm talking about too. Who that is her car 100%. It's always like, it's like a running joke. My car's a mess, but if I need to feel better, I just have to get in her car, and she'll be like, it's fine. Look at mine.
Jared did buy me a car wash thing for like Mother's Day. This is like, you know how men get like their wives like vacuum cleaners and stuff? Like he got me a car wash package, like a monthly subscription. That's the only time my car is clean.
The funny and ironic part of that is that my husband owns an auto shop that does detailing, but my car is the messiest car.
That's the way it works.
But that's how it works. Like if a customer goes there for a brake change, like it'll be done in a couple hours or however long it takes to get new brakes on your car. If my car goes there to get new brakes, I'm not gonna tomorrow. I'm not gonna see that car for like 2 weeks. I have to drive something else until like that's just the way it is.
It's the same old story. But anyway, our challenge comes from Ashley this week, and you can explain that for us.
Yeah. So since we're talking about the mom groups and all that, and we were talking about like how it can be super judgmental, and like sometimes you just feel like you need somebody to like let you know like you're not crazy or you're not alone. I say this week for the challenge, because I'm totally a scroller in those groups. I don't comment. I don't like... I'm not helpful.
A scroller. I like that.
Yeah.
I'm a scroller.
So I say this week we challenge ourselves to actually like make a mom feel good. That's the challenge this week. If you see a mom in Target and
lift another mommy up
and her kid is losing her shit, like let her know like it was mine last week. Don't sweat it.
I think that's such a good one.
Because like we said, we see that happening all the time, but it's easy to just like smile in your head and be like, I feel you, girl. It was like, I'm just glad it's not mine right now. In my head, I'm supportive, but I never say it out loud. Yeah. So for me, that's definitely a good challenge for me to actually like let someone know. Like,
yeah. You know, one time, like, I know this happens a lot, but it actually like did happen to me. I was like running / dying / walking / whatever. It wasn't, I don't know if you want to call it exercise or not, but I was doing that one time and somebody was like, you got it, girl, you go, girl. Yes. And I was like, oh my gosh, yes, I can do this, yes.
And it helped, right?
Yes. Now, like, all the time when I see women running, I want to be like, you go, girl. I want to do it, but I just don't do it because I'm like, I might creep them out too. But I thought that was like the coolest thing ever. And it really made me feel good. Like, okay, they probably saw me struggling real bad and like thought this girl needs a little encouragement. But I totally love that idea, and I'm going to do it, and we're going to report back next week and let you know how that went. It feels a little weird to say like, oh, I was so nice to somebody, but
I know.
you get, we just,
No, you just have to report the scenario. Like,
it's good to see it's actually happening, and I would love if other people did it too, and then they told us,
we're challenging you guys to do the same. So
yeah, do it and let us know how it goes. I totally think also like some women could be in a real dark place, and just by saying one nice thing, like could pull them out.
Yes,
like just a complete stranger or even somebody that they know. Like, wow, somebody is like can see me. That's awesome. So 100%. You never know, and I think it's awesome. I think it's a great challenge, and I can't wait to hear about it next week.
Challenge accepted.
Yeah. We're going to go ahead and just end it here because I'm sure we've been talking for way longer than we should have, and we're just so happy that you even listened. So Instagram and Facebook is probably the best way to reach us. So just catch us there, and let us know what you think. We really, really, really want your feedback on this first episode too, because I want to make sure we're going in the right direction. Thank you again for listening, and we will see you next week. Bye.
Bye.